Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up my bullet journal for the month of February. I wanted to revolve the theme around love because it's February. So I have the quote in here that says, love her, but leave her wild. So, love's not always about changing people. Actually, it shouldn't be about changing people. So I really like this quote. Love the person as they are by Atticus Finch. Great book if you haven't read To Kill a Mockingbird. Over on the right side, I wanted to do, you know what I'm talking about, those messy circles where they go around the edges several times, but I am so bad at drawing circles, I can't even make the messy circles look good. So I had to break out my circle maker. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but that is the best, I think it was $5 that I've ever spent. And I still don't think these look messy enough, but we're going with it. I am also going to add some florals. I know. Florals for February. So original. Or groundbreaking. Isn't that the quote from The Devil Wears Prada? So I have these floral stickers from the Happy Planner Mega Flower sticker book, I think is what it's called. I am going to post a tutorial the same day that this video goes up on my Instagram for how to draw flowers like these. So if you don't have the stickers or if you're not a big sticker person, I still want you to be able to do this. So head over to my Instagram to see what I do. I will be adding a lot more flowers to this before the final flip through. It's pretty as it is, but I wanted just a little something more. Now, this is my setup for February. I saw, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember who, I saw someone set up a monthly for January like this, and I thought, that's handy. Let's give that a shot. So it's not my original idea, but I stinking love it. It's everything that I need for my month is going to be on this page. I'm really excited. I'm definitely going to do this again for March. Anyway. Let me explain what I'm doing. I have a smaller calendar. Obviously, you can omit this, but I enjoy seeing the days of the week and the dates just all laid out. And if I have anything spectacular going on, I like to be able to put it on that little calendar. So I still kept it there. February, I'm sure you've heard several people say this in their setups by now, but February is super satisfying because it starts on a Monday, ends on a Sunday. It's like a complete box of a calendar. I normally do a Sunday start on my monthly view, but I had to mix it up because I just could not resist how perfect this was. You know, I say that as I mess up the pen there, but that's okay. It happens. Anyway, you have the monthly calendar in the middle to kind of see everything laid out and put any special events on. And then over on the left-hand side, I have each day of the month written out, and then I have some categories. I don't know what happened there. I lost that footage. I'm sorry. The categories on the left are like life events, things I want to post on YouTube. I liked having that all laid out in my January setup. I felt like it helped me be a little more consistent. And then an Instagram tracker. I'm trying to keep the colors relatively simple. I really looked hard for those muted tones. I mentioned that in my Tokyo pen shop haul. I'm trying to find markers and pens that are muted. It's harder than you think, but this super tip came in really handy. It's this perfect shade of peachy pink that I was looking for. I also obviously added a section over on the right for monthly tasks. So things I know I need to get done, but that don't necessarily have a date. Like I need to schedule a haircut. I need to refill some things. So I keep a running list of that over on the right. Now, over here on the bottom right, I forget how the person I was watching explained this, but this is how I'm looking at it. It is kind of like a productivity tracker. Oh my goodness, a productivity tracker. You write a certain number of things that you want to accomplish that month, and then you get to fill in the bar on the left each time you accomplish one, and it kind of lets you see how productive you are. I don't know, the visual person in me thought that was really cool. So I only set 4 goals because it's a shorter month, and honestly, life has been rough. I know I say that a lot. I know everybody does, but it has. So I didn't want to do like 10 goals. That's not very realistic to me. So I set 4 goals for myself, and then I get to fill in that barcode each time I achieve one. I was pretty excited about it. And I have another love quote here. It says, love is the answer no matter what the question. I'm keeping with the February vibes here. And florals. I loved that heart sticker so much that I decided to doodle some in. And I like it, but you could obviously leave it out if you're not into that. The thing that's handy about stickers too is layering. That's something that you can't necessarily do with doodles. Now I love this sticky note, but when I went to write on it with the micron, it didn't want to take the ink. It's almost like there's a waxy something on that sticky note. So I went over it with a tool pen and that worked fine. On this page, I am going to put my trackers. I'm going to add a couple more this month. I had 4 last month, and one for each of the 3 rings on my watch, my move, my stand, my exercise. And then I added one for when I posted YouTube, and I really liked that. I felt like having that accountability was nice. I've had trackers in my planners before, but for some reason, maybe it's because I made them myself. I'm not really sure, but for some reason it really helped me. So I thought, well, hey, let's go crazy. Let's add 2 more trackers and see what other things I can accomplish. So I am going to have one for reading because I want to read more. I finished 1 whole book in the month of January. And then I'm going to have one for the 3 rings and something else. I just haven't decided what yet. Also, I'm thinking of my reading tracker here. I have an extra bullet journal that I got in my mystery box. I am starting a reading journal. Would you guys be interested to see any entries in that, like book specific ones, or is that more of an Instagram kind of thing? You tell me. I used the little paint splotches there for headers for my trackers, and they are darn pretty. I also forgot to add a row of flowers to the top of that. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly it's spaced for that. I do remember before the flip through though, and it ends up looking really nice. Now, this over here on the left is going to be for my February highlights. When I was still using a regular planner, I had a bullet journal that I just kept highlights for each month in because it's fun to look back and see even the little things like a student wrote me a letter today or somebody made this joke. I really enjoyed that and I have missed it. I have not kept up with it. So I have decided to incorporate that into each monthly spread, and then I am also going to add it to, because I left some blank pages after my bullet journal setup in case I wanted to add something else. So I think I'm going to add a yearly highlight type situation there. And then I have my currently pages over on the right. So I have a section for loving, watching, reading, and cooking. Hit me up with any Instapot recipes you have because I want to break that bad boy out. It's okay normally to go over headings with markers like this, especially if they're already dry. However, like this one, smudged it the 3rd time because I made the ink wet. If I would have just left it or let it dry in between layers, it would have been totally fine. Also, if you are more into the minimalist bullet journaling, You could totally leave it. Just the colored headers and the pretty writing. I mean, honestly, that's pretty appealing to me too, visually appealing. But I do like to have a little more something something. I also just really enjoy the process of setting up my journal. So sometimes maybe I go overboard for some people, but that's okay. It's your bullet journal. You go as hard as you like. All right, this is my weekly spread. I am keeping this fairly simple to do in that I am focusing on using the sticky notes for the days of the week, and I combine the weekend into one. That's why there are only 6. I usually do that on every spread. It's just easiest for me, and I like, 3 and 3 better than 3 and 4. But you do whatever you like. I got these from the Post-it Noted collection that's at Target now. They have some really dreamy stuff and some cool fine liners too. I bought a pack of those, but they were green, so they didn't really go with this vibe. Anyway, I have a grid sticky note for each day of the week, and then I put the calendar in there. That calendar is going on every weekly because it just looks so nice. And then I didn't like the way that pen was writing on the sticky note. These are the only complaint with these is that they have some sort of weird something on top. They're okay for the most part for pens, and I'm sure they'd be fine for pencils, but I really wanted it to stand out. This isn't me jotting down a note. This is me setting up an entire week in my planner. So I just wanted to make sure that I was in love with how it looked. So I went with a Posca paint marker, and that did the trick. And the good thing is, when you mess up on a sticky note, you just slap down another sticky note. I wanted to do something special for the February header because I wanted a little color, a little something up there to make it not look so blank. And I would have been totally fine with the sticker situation, but my writing went up. It always does that. I just curve up when I write. I think I need to just start tilting my bullet journal, and that will help me a little. So instead I thought I would go with the paint splotch and kind of tie it in with my trackers since that looked so pretty. But the paint splotch was wet, so when I went down with a marker, it bled and looked pretty rough, which broke my heart a little bit. So I went in with a different sticker to try and correct that, which would have worked if I had spaced it outright. There's always one detail in these videos for me that is a way bigger pain than it should be, and this week it was the header for the month. This is the last one, and it's pretty because it's got that rose gold foil on it, so I don't mind. And I don't mess up the writing too bad, so I can leave it. Now I left the center in between the days blank so that I could fill them with florals, make it pretty. I like to have design elements somewhere, but I don't like them to get in the way of what I'm writing. So by leaving the center open, I can put all the visuals there that I want, but it doesn't take up any space on my weekly task lists. And again, this is something you don't have to go as hard as me. You could fill it up with a quote and maybe just put some florals in one corner. You could leave the whole thing blank if you really wanted. And remember that you can also draw these if you don't have access to the stickers. All right, here's the flip through. Bye, friends.